Hi everybody, my name's Monica and this is my postpartum depression and anxiety survivor story. I had my first baby in 2011. Pregnancy was great. After I had her, the anxiety set in almost immediately. I wasn't sleeping. I was totally blindsided by this feeling of dread and fear, and I wasn't sure really what was going on until I went to my gynecologist at my 6-week checkup, and she said, oh yeah, this is postpartum depression. So she put me on an antidepressant and sent me on my way. I had no follow-up. I had no referrals for therapist or psychiatrist or anything. So basically I was on my own taking this medication, which did help a little bit, but it took a while for me to recover. And that was just a very difficult period of my life. If I could go back and talk to myself 7 years ago, I would say that in a year, the amount of joy that you are going to feel is going to be so overwhelming. Every minute of this horrible feeling is worth getting through to the other side. So after that, my husband and I decided to have another baby after I was fully recovered and feeling great and saying, I can do that again, that's fine, whatever. We got pregnant at the end of 2014. I was immediately hit by prenatal anxiety. I was about 6 weeks into my pregnancy. I could not sleep a wink. I wasn't eating. I had morning sickness, so that didn't help. I was completely unaware that this could happen, but it happened. So I had set up a team. It took me a few months to find a therapist that worked, a psychiatrist that worked, and in the meantime, my general practitioner put me on some medication, again, during my pregnancy. And it helped get me through that first few months, which it was very difficult. I think, prenatal anxiety and depression is something doctors don't want to touch because you're pregnant and you're a liability. And that has to change because I was suffering and no one would help me. So, I'm pregnant. It was a difficult pregnancy, but I started feeling better in my second and third trimester. Once the baby came in September, I felt great. I had no more baby inside of me, and she was outside, and she was perfect and wonderful, and we had a lot of support, and that really helped. We got a postpartum doula this time. She was very helpful. She cooked meals, she cleaned the house. If there was nothing for her to do, she would rub my feet. And it was well worth every cent we spent on her. However, a few months later, just like the first time, about 3 months later, I got hit with the anxiety again. And luckily this time I had a therapist I saw weekly. My psychiatrist was on it. She knew what to do. And again, it had to do with no sleeping. And the only way my psychiatrist said that I was going to feel any better was to sleep. So what I did was I gave up breastfeeding at night. I gave the baby to my husband. He gave her formula at night. And I would sleep on the couch. I would put in earplugs, take a sleeping pill, and sleep. And I did that for about 2 months. I was on the couch. And it was really discombobulating to be in another room, and it was really weird to be sleeping in the living room, but I got my sleep. It helped my brain and body heal. And I feel like there was no guilt associated with this because I was having a really hard time. This was one of the best ways to get on the road to healing. And then, let's see, about 10 months later, I felt like I was fully recovered. And now I'm here, and I've got a 3-year-old and a 7-year-old, and I love them more than anything. I host my own support group for moms going through perinatal mood disorders. And I just want all of you to know that I went through it twice and I got through it, and you will too. This ends. This is not forever. It's hard. It's so hard. But just keep going, because you're going to make it and you're going to see the light and it's going to be awesome. Take care. Bye.